All right, welcome back. So working on our Android client. We actually need to make one more change to the back end for this to work, and that's to add another client ID. So let's take a look, kind of refresh our memory. I remember that when we were creating the API here, api.py, we had allowed client IDs. One of them was an Android client ID, and we do not have a value for it. So let's go get one. So I'm going to go into my developers console and into my grade recorder, and up at the top under credentials again. All right, and we already have a client ID for our web app, but let's go ahead and create yet another one, and this is going to be for an installed application. Notice it says Android right here. So we'll click this guy, and then we'll choose the type. We'll have this guy be Android, and then it says a couple of things right here. So it says that Google verifies that each request originates from an Android app that matches the package name and SHA-1 certificate fingerprint name listed below. Right. So basically, you know, who created this, right? So the first thing is that the package name we have to give ourselves. So let's use a common one. So we'll use edu.roseholman.graderecorder. All right, and that will just be the standard package name that we're going to use for this particular app. All right. The SHA-1 certificate is pretty easy to find. So we're going to go back to Eclipse, and you're going to want to go into your version of Eclipse where you have your Android, and you're going to go to Window, Preferences, and Android shows up as a preference, and in there's a build. Okay, so again, Window Preferences, Android build, and you should see a SHA-1 fingerprint right here. So you can go ahead and grab that guy and copy it right out of Eclipse. I don't need that anymore. And we go back here, and the certificate, paste that guy right over. The last default is fine. Generate client ID. And a second later, we should have a client ID for an Android application. And let's grab this guy like we did before, copy it, and then go back into your backend and add it here as an Android client ID, right? And it should be, we should note some similarities here. All right, so you'll notice that some of this is actually, some of it is common to each of them, okay? Same thing would be true if we made it one for iOS. Okay, so that's what we needed to do right there. We'll see you next time for getting the starting code.